Hi friends, Matthew here, picking and piping. Hope you're doing well. Been a couple weeks since my last video. I need to shave. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to pop on. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you all. Beautiful Sunday here. 77 degrees right now. Almost exactly noon here on Sunday. Normally I'd be getting ready for some football, but the Bills played Thursday night and they kicked the Dolphins' butt. So I can enjoy just watching football today and not have to stress about watching a Bills game because they're so stressful. Actually, I got work to do today anyway. But man, I've been really blessed and grateful lately from so many people. So thank you for all of that. Just I'm not going to go into much detail, but just appreciate people's generosities and gifts and kindness and GAW wins and stuff like that related to YTPC stuff. But what I wanted to show you, actually three things today. First off, recognize that today is the pipe rings around the world. I cannot do pipe rings. I have tried for 3 years now since they started doing this effort, and I have tried and failed miserably. So I'm going to recognize it, but I can't do it. So there you go. That's my contribution to smoke rings around the world. 2, some of you know that I have a little knife collection, pocket knives. I like pocket knives. If I had the money, I'd probably go hog wild, but I don't, so I don't have very many of them. But what I do have are the ones that I really use, that I really like. And so the one that gets the most use for me around my house is this Hogue Deca. And basically what I've done is over the last couple of years, I've customized it a little bit more. Like I've shown you in the past, I replaced the clip on it, replaced the scale, some of the hardware, and now I finally replaced the scales. I've been wanting to for a while. I actually done it twice now. The scales that came with it were like a GFN plastic or FRN, I don't know what you call it. I got a set because I couldn't find many replacement scales for them. But I did find one company that makes aluminum ones. I wasn't a huge fan of aluminum scales. I never have been, although they're light, and they're sturdy. So I finally found one, a lesser known guy that does my Carta scales for the Hogue Deca. And I love my Carta scales. It took a while because he had to make it lefty friendly for me because the ones he does are right-handed clip, and he made me a set that are specifically for left-handers like me. So anyway, wanted to show this to you. Got the clips in, the scales in a week or so ago and swapped it out. I think it looks great. I love the color, the green micarta. So this is my most used everyday knife around the house. Probably customize it to what I want it. So anyway, but the real point of this video, God, it's been months now since I had toyed with the idea back in the beginning of the summer. It was for Father's Day, about getting a new pipe. I had a couple different pipes in mind. I was interested in getting like a Meerschaum or a Friday 7L, or I don't remember. There's another one. Turns out I won a Friday 7L from Stephen Skip's GAW over the summer that I wasn't expecting, so that was great. Beautiful pipe. Thank you again, Stephen Skip. But what I did instead was buying one back around Father's Day, was I got a pipe kit from Vermont freehand, I think it was. And I've talked about it, I've shown it in videos in the past, what it looked like initially, some of the struggles I've had, and I didn't do a video like on the making of it or whatever, but it's been quite a process because I don't have power tools. I ended up buying a rotary tool from Harbor Freight, I think, to help with, because initially the block I was using a handsaw to cut the pieces, like big pieces of wood off the block, which was so much fun. But then to do some of this, I was looking, I had a piece of wood, I think, somewhere on the ground here to show you what I cut off, but the rotary tool to help me shape it. My brother ended up helping me shape it a little further before I got to the finer shaping. He has a band saw, I think. Yes. So he cut it a little bit thinner for me in a circular shape. But then it was on me to sand it, to shape it more with the rotary tool, then sand, and all the other stuff that goes involved in coloring it, polishing it. It's been quite the process without hand tools. And I see pipe makers that have nice belt sanders and buffers, buffing wheels and all that. Not having that, my pipe certainly didn't turn out like what you would sell at a pipe store or an artisan pipe maker. But here it is. I did smoke it once yesterday because I finished it yesterday. It smokes great. Excuse me, I don't know what I'm going to put through it initially, like as far as what blends I'll smoke out of it, because typically I save pipes for either Virginia blends, vapors, Kentucky blends, so on. Everyone loves to say start with the Burley blend. I don't smoke many Burleys, but I like Velvet, so that's what I smoked in its inaugural pipe yesterday with Velvet. So it's pretty rough in the shaping on the stem especially, but this part's not bad. I definitely could have done a better job sanding it. I think I rushed it. And then I used some, like I don't have a buffing wheel with carnauba wax to do it. That would have been ideal. Well, first off, I used mahogany was the color of the Phoebing's dye. And it turned out good. I think I did 2 layers, and I think it's darker than it needs to be, but I wanted the grain to pop a little bit more. I don't know. I left some rustication on the top. Sorry, the lighting and the shadows aren't great to see it all. But, I mean, it's certainly a working pipe. The other thing is not having carnauba wax and a buffing wheel. I use some off-brand pipe polish. Well, like pipe polish that you rub on and then basically let it dry and then rub off. And it worked. It just doesn't give that glossy sheen that you would with carnauba wax. So I'm happy with, hey, I made my own pipe. Did what I set out to. It's not perfect, but it's certainly a usable pipe. Maybe down the road I'll find someone. I think there's a YTPC member locally that I believe has made his own pipes that has some more of the tools that, like the buffing wheel and maybe a belt sander that I could probably sand it better, restain it, and then buff it with carnauba wax. But I gotta see. But maybe I'll just leave it like this because it was my project, my pipe. So here you go. That's my pipe. Finally finished. I can say I made a pipe. I mean, it's from a kit, so it's not like I made it from scratch. I'm never doing it again. But I can say I did it once. So, with that, I'm not going to belay this video too much longer. Hope you all are doing well. Have a good week. Drinking some coffee. I'm smoking my Sunday favorite from St. Bruno Ready Rubbed. Last thing I was going to mention is I got some exciting things coming up. We got to figure out. My son's birthday is a week from tomorrow. He turns 16. He's my oldest. And we were going to go to Toronto for the day on his birthday. Toronto, Canada. Because it's a 2-hour drive for me. And go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Go to a Blue Jays game because they're playing that night as the opener with a series against the Red Sox, which are his favorite team. But now, I was looking at the customs rules for going across the border. And maybe some of you can enlighten me on this. Because I have an enhanced license, so I can go across the border fine. If it's 15 and under, you only need a birth certificate or proof of U.S. citizenship. But the fact is, if I take him the day he turned 16, based on what I've read, it seems like he needs one of those Nexus cards, enhanced licenses, passport, which I've never gotten him a passport. And because it's his 16th birthday, it's not like we would have gotten his license yet. Maybe I'll take him for his permit, but not if we take him to Toronto that day. So, I don't know what to do. I might call customs and see what they say. Because the fact is, that's the day he turned 16, and I might not be able to take him across the border. And to top matters off, too. Oh, the simple answer would be go to Toronto the day before. Well, that's great. The last day he's 15. That would be fine from a customs standpoint. Except for the fact that the Blue Jays don't play the Red Sox. The Blue Jays are out of town playing Tampa Bay, I think, in Florida. So that kind of defeats the purpose of seeing his favorite team. The other caveat is I'm fighting with the DMV, but that should be resolved this week because, I've talked about my seizure problem in the past. I've had seizures for a little over a year now. And basically, the DMV got wind of it thanks to my neurologist, because I never reported it to the DMV. And New York State rule is you have to be 6 months free of seizures to be able to drive again. So when they got wind of my last seizure, they kind of suspended my license without me knowing. Thankfully, I haven't been pulled over. So my license is technically still suspended. However, my last seizure was in January. I got the paperwork mailed in from the neurologist saying I'm clear. It's been 6 months. I'm clear. But of course, the DMV lost my paperwork, misplaced it. So they found it when I called them last week about it. But now they have to do the medical review and make sure it's okay and then switch my status to saying that my license isn't suspended anymore. Again, that should be resolved. But still another hiccup. I'm not going to try and cross the border if my license is suspended. Fun times. So this Toronto trip is not looking good. But we'll see. We'll do something for him. It's his 16th birthday. He's a great kid. He deserves it. Anyway, I'm rambling again. You guys be well. Stay safe. God bless all of you. I pray for you every day. Pray for me. Lord knows I need it. Take care. Hopefully I'll try and do some videos a little bit more with more regularity than I have been. Until next time. See you then. Bye.